This segment is being brought to you by Tennessee Wildlife Resources Agency. Join us in preserving and protecting Tennessee's wildlife.
All right, welcome back, everyone. You can call us here at 615-737-7. Excuse me. No, I'm sorry. 7767. Don't spell sneeze when you try to call, but that's what I did. Okay, and we'll be glad to answer any phone calls you might have. With me tonight, I have with me James Jones with Snyper Hunting Products. Found them recently, right here in Nashville, Tennessee, in our own backyard, and just also glad to find them. I found them through Facebook. Found you through Facebook. Avid hunter, doing stuff to help other hunters increase their chances. And I wanted to show, I love trail cameras. I like going and seeing what's there. It's like opening a Christmas present on Christmas morning. You just don't know what's there. Now with the cellular, I mean, it's sending it to you. Now I could see me at work and get one monster and quit work.
Actually, I have a story about that during turkey season. Last year, last spring, actually, I had the commander set up, sending me pictures in off my food plots and strut zones and, places the turkeys were usually coming. Yeah. I was at work one day, and I kept getting pictures of these three longbeards all day long, taunting me. Finally, I left work, went home, grabbed my shotgun and my camera, and started easing up through the woods on the edge there, glassing, and found them right there by the camera, still just not far off of it at all. And I set up and self-filmed all three gobblers come in strutting and gobbling.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah, it's a great episode.
So work productivity can go down on some of these games.
Yes, sir.
Now, when you talked a minute ago, you talked about your first one, and what did you call it now?
This is a Sharpshooter, 16
this is a
megapixel.
Sharpshooter, 16 megapixel. Takes SD cards, of course. Sir. Now, this one won't send it to you cellularly, but you go by and check it, which is always, I love doing that anyway.
Not everywhere has cell phone signal, so for the guys that don't, we've got that camera.
Hey, yeah, I just thought about that. You're right. You do have to have cellular service to use these, and that's where these can come in handy.
But it only takes one bar on our cameras, and it will send you every picture it takes. That's the good thing about it.
That is pretty good. Now, I want to ask you about how do you get that service? I mean, because like you and I discussed, most of us have Verizon. Yeah. There's T-Mobile, AT&T, all kinds out there. Is there an app you get, or what is it that...
Ours, we sell T-Mobile service. We have a corporate agreement with T-Mobile. You can use on the Commander 3G. You can use AT&T or T-Mobile, whichever one you want on that network. And
Verizon doesn't get mad at you.
Well, they need to work with us a little bit better. We're working on it. So,
all right.
But you can either buy the T-Mobile card on our website, and it comes to you with the camera ready to go. Nothing else to do. Or if you want to use it on AT&T, just buy the camera, go to your local AT&T store, and they get you set up. Now, it's very simple to set up.
You said it's about $70 for 6 months.
Yeah,
so
that's what we sell.
About $11.60 a month
on our T-Mobile service.
Do you have guys? And here's the next question, because a lot of guys will go, okay, well, I'll put it out in June or July and run it the rest of the year through December, and then not have service January through June.
That's why we do the 6-month contract. It's not even a contract. It's you just buy the 6 months of service. At the end of the 6 months, it just quits sending you pictures, and you can buy another 6 month service, and it's ready to go again.
That's awesome.
Or through AT&T, you can do it month to month with their prepaid service.
Really?
Yeah, you can do 1,000 text messages a month on their 25 cents a minute plan for $9.99, or you can do the 25 cents a minute prepaid plan and do unlimited messaging per month for $19.99, and that's only for the months you want it sending you pictures.
That's awesome. So, but that's per camera, right? Per camera. So, if you had 3 of them, it's going to cost you about $210 for 6 months to get these cellular pictures.
Yes, sir.
Which is cheaper than the gas it takes you to go run out there and go get the cards.
And the time.
And your hourly wage.
And the in and out of your
telling the boss
spots.
You're sick when you're really not sick. He's going to find out. He's going to find out. All right, we got some callers here, James, so let's go to Kaylin, how can we help you?
Yes, I had a question for y'all.
Okay.
I just turned on TV, switching through, and I was wondering how far can the cameras go? Like, how far will the picture take?
All right, Kaylin, we said that a minute ago. It was 80 feet, 85 feet?
Yeah, the detection range is 80 feet. Are you referring to how far away you can be from the camera and receive the pictures?
Okay.
As far as that goes, anywhere you can receive a text message. If you were in another country and can receive text messages on your phone,
you can get those pictures.
It'll send them right to you. As long as your camera has signal. And another point I want to touch on too is on any of our cameras, even though our Commander 3G you have set up through AT&T or T-Mobile, I have a Verizon cell phone personally. They will send to any network cell phone. The camera itself just has to be set up through that service.
Okay. Does that help you out, Kaylin?
Yes, sir. It sure does. One more question for you.
Sure.
That $299 one. How long does the battery life usually last on them?
That's a good question.
It all depends on how much signal you have, because of course, like a cell phone, if it's searching for signal, then it's going to go faster. But if you have good signal and good weather, you can get 6 months out of our cameras using Energizer lithium batteries, and that's what we recommend. If you have a low signal, it could drop it down to about 2 months.
That's a great question. Now, do you test it with your cell phone to see how many bars you have in that area?
Yes, sir.
Before you set your camera up?
Yes, sir. And generally, a lot of times we actually have better signal on our cameras than you'll actually have on your cell phone.
That would be great. Well, we hope that helps you out, brother.
All right, appreciate it, guys.
Thank you. And Randy, how can we help you tonight?
Hey, how you doing?
We're doing great, Randy.
I got 3 quick questions. I hope you can answer a couple of them.
Okay.
First one is juvenile hunt was this past weekend.
Yes, sir.
And my kids passed their hunter safety course, and I took them and everything. And I was wondering, our muzzleloader opens up Saturday. Are they still allowed to hunt with us and tag a deer during that, or they got to wait for juvenile to come back up at the end of the season?
No, as long as they're using muzzleloader, they can hunt.
They can hunt. They're legal to hunt.
Yes, sir.
All
yes,
righty.
sir.
That's good. The next one is the Type 94 doe permit.
Yep.
If you got to have that before you shoot any doe, or are you allowed to shoot a doe, and then if you want to do the extra does, you got to pick up the 94? If I'm sitting at, when you got your muzzleloader permit, does that mean you just allowed to kill the 2 bucks, and you've got to buy the Type 94 before you can kill any does, or are you allowed to kill any does with that?
Because your harvest on your muzzleloader is separate, just like it's separate for archery and it's separate for modern gun. You can take up to 2 bucks in any one of them, and if you live in Unit L, you can take up to 3 does that day without that Type 94. Now, the Type 94 helps you get those extra deer that they talk about, I believe, isn't it? The extras that or is it the WMAs?
I think it's the WMAs.
That's what I'm thinking is the WMAs is the Type 94.
Well, that's what I was thinking too. I just wanted to make sure, because we're in Robeson County. And that's
Do you
what
hunt on private land?
Yeah.
Yeah, then you're going by the state, which is the state says that you're in a Unit L. You can take up to 3 does a day, 1 buck or 1 antlered doe, 1 antlered buck per day, up to 2 per season, and but you can take 3 does in Unit L per day.
Yeah, there's a lot of them.
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool, man. That answers the second one. The third one is the boy on the game cams. What is the average height you need to set that camera to a tree for a good shot? Is it like 3 foot off the ground, 4 foot off the ground, or what would be the best height?
Oh, I usually set mine, if I'm not worried about, trespassers or theft, then I'll usually set it, in between waist and chest height.
Yeah.
Anywhere in that range, and you're good to go.
Because it's a wide angle type lens, so it's going to catch really anything that passes through.
The new Commander 3G has a 100-degree wide angle lens, so it's great for food plots.
That'd be awesome.
Fields, anywhere, because it catches really wide range of detection.
Great questions there. We appreciate you, Randy.
Yeah, I appreciate you, brother. Y'all have a safe one.
You too, brother. And we got Wait a minute. Mike, how can we help you tonight?
Hey, Hugh, I just kind of thought I'd pass the word on to you, man. They're really catching a lot of crappie down here on Kentucky Lake. And my other question is to the gentleman you have there, this may be a crazy question, but do they have a camera that could go underwater and video the fish like they do the deer? You know, I mean, is there something in the future maybe for that? And hang up. Thanks for your time.
Thank you, Mike. Appreciate that. That is a good question.
Well, actually, for that application, we have the action camera, Sniper Hunting Products action camera here, and it's water resistant up to 30 meters. It films in 4K, 30 frames per second. It's not interpolated. That's a true 4K camera, and it's got a 16 megapixel CMOS Sony sensor in it. Great camera, you know, for filming your hunts.
You're blowing me away right now, because
because
if I know that there's a big bed for a bass, I can put that camera on it and it'll tell me that she's there.
yeah, like, I mean, at the moment you can control it with an app on your iPhone, Android phone. It's got a remote control here. You can control it with, turn it on and off.
You just took fishing to a new level. You understand that?
So you can actually
There's going
stick
to
it
be
under
buck
the
bushes
water
in Kentucky
and
Lake with
watch
these
what-
cameras tied to them.
You know, it's kind of at the moment. It's not something you would leave out, but it's, you know, you can pan it
like
underwater.
a stick, you know, like have a one of those selfie sticks.
yeah,
running down in
underwater
there?
and see what's down there.
Really?
And you watch it right on your phone.
We just took fishing to a new level, ladies and gentlemen, because that right there, I mean, do you know what you've just done? We could go around Kentucky Lake, around the buck bushes, and see if there's a big fish there, then slip it back out, then flip it back in and catch it.
And we, like I said, you know,
You
we
did it.
we strive to have quality products at great prices, and unlike other competitors, our cameras aren't $400. That camera there retails on our website for $119.
Oh my goodness. All right, we got two more callers. Hold on just a second. Alan, how can we help you?
Yeah, I just wanted to see if that camera picked up Net 10.
Pick up what?
Net 10?
Net 10's wireless network.
Net 10 wireless?
Yes, sir. The 4G, when that comes out, it will. Now our 3G commander will send to a Net 10 phone, but the camera itself, like I said, will have to be hooked up to AT&T or T-Mobile.
All right, we hope that helps him out. And then our last caller, John, how can we help you tonight?
Oh, how y'all doing today?
We're doing great, John.
Oh, listen, Muzzleloader opens Saturday, right?
Yes, sir.
I've got two does over here that had solid white babies this year.
Yes, sir.
And are they still protected? I mean, you ain't allowed to shoot them, are you?
As long as it's solid white and it's an albino, it is protected. But if it has one brown spot on it, it's called a piebald, and it is legal game.
Well, both of these has got the different models, and they got pink eyes and pink feet.
They are
Albino.
protected,
And
but
they're
you can't hunt them.
White.
Yeah, you can hunt them, but you can't shoot them. There's if you can shoot them with a camera is about it. Just to say you got an albino on.
Oh, that's the first ones I've ever raised over here, and I don't want them shot.
Well, they're not supposed to shoot them. That's for sure. Okay.
Okay, I appreciate it.
Thank you, sir. All right, we had great calls. Had a bunch of them. We're so thankful for that. But we got to do right now is our tip of the week. This week's tip of the week is being brought to you by those fine folks, Scott Cooper and all those guys over there at Davidson County Farmers Co-op. They're on Dickerson Road, and I'll tell you what, this is an easy one for you, but one that I don't think enough people do, and it is when you get a new piece of property to hunt, a lot of people rely on other people to tell them about where to go and all this, and I've been guilty of the same thing. But what I've learned in the past is go down, and I always go to the map sales and service over here off of Lebanon Road, but you get topo maps. And what topo maps help you do, and I don't even know if you do this, Jane, I look over the area and I outline the area that I can hunt, and then I look to see if there's any cemeteries, any old homes, Because what used to happen around old homes was that the ladies would plant flowers. Deer love honeysuckle. That used to hang around a lot of old barns and a lot of houses. You can kind of hone your scouting down to those areas that you think is going to be high traffic areas. So a good topo map will help you out on those, and it'll reduce a whole lot of looking. You can go right to it. Hey, we got to take another break. When we come back, this lady's got a recipe for you that's killing me over here. I've been spitting, mouth watering, and everything else. She's a legend already. So hurry back in just a minute to meet my one fine guest tonight. We'll be right back with more. So it was a while.